Hi guys, my name's Sandra. Today I'm going to take you through a technique class for foam rolling. So I know a lot of you have foam rollers at home and you might be perhaps not sure about what to do or if you're doing it right. So I thought this might be a good time to spend a bit of time going over technique. Alright, so I'm going to assume that you're a little bit warm today. You will need just your foam roller. If you're really sensitive, you might want to pop down a mat as well or be on a carpet. The more padding you have under your roller, the less intensity there will be. Alright, please make sure that you've got a nice clean area to work on and that you're just going to work to your own level. So if anything doesn't feel right for you, please don't do it. Alright, so we're going to place the roller this way. So along with, and we're going to roll over it this way. So we're going to come onto our back, placing the roller underneath the shoulder blades. Okay, so it's underneath the shoulder blades. We're going to take the weight of our head in our arms because it's really important here that we don't let the head fall back, otherwise you'll end up with a great feeling back but then a sore neck. Okay, so eyes on the ceiling. We just lift the tail, so you're pressing through the feet, lifting the tail. And we're going to start from the shoulder blades and work, roll down. Okay, so how far? Only as far as feels right for you. So you can go as far as that last rib. But if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, don't go that far. So just gently rolling, just letting your head really sink back into your arms so that there's no pressure here through your neck. Should feel wonderful. Although if you haven't rolled for a while or you've never rolled, it might not feel so wonderful. Alright, so we're now going to place the butt down onto the floor. Again, we've still got the weight of the head in the arms here. So the tail is down underneath the shoulder blades and we're going to just let the head fall back. Brace the tummy and come up into sort of a baby sit up here. So we're just letting everything fall back. Tuck and roll forward. And you're just feeling everything opening here as you come back, feeling everything opening through the front of the body. Should feel lovely. Make sure you're still sort of right along the shoulder blade area and you've still got weight. The weight of the head in the hands is really important here. Nice. All right, just do a couple more of those. Okay, so we're going to start to move down the body here. So we're going to work into the lats, so this muscle group here. There are a few ways you can do this. So you sort of start with the roller, sort of under the armpit. And again, sort of just rolling, sort of, if you were to lay flat on it, you'd sort of be along the shoulder blades a bit, perhaps just a little bit higher. My hand is going to be palm up here. So palm up, both knees are bent, and all you're going to do is just roll from side to side this time. So you're rolling in, and then you're opening up. And sometimes you'll find that when you do this, the roller does move a bit. So if it's not in the right spot, just adjust again and pull it back. Alright, you should be feeling that. I know I am. That's it. So just play around with it. If it's not feeling right, just adjust. Alright, so we're going to move and go to the other side. So, I'm going to go this way, so I haven't got my back to you. So palm up, adjust the roller underneath the armpit. Okay, both knees facing forward, bracing the belly, and just gently opening up and then closing and adjusting as you need to here. Okay, you might find that one side of your body is a lot tighter than the other. And quite often that is your dominant side that's tightest because it does so much more work, I guess. Alright, so just down and up. Now we're going to go and roll over both. So to do this, come onto our side again, right? And we're going to go all the way over until we get to the other side. And this is where that roller does tend to move a bit. Come all the way back over to the front. That's it. So you can keep your bottom down. Just roll and adjust. Roll and adjust. Or if you feel that you get a better roll, staying on one side, by all means, try that. Alrighty. So we're now going to move down just a little bit lower into the quadratus lumborum area. So this area right here. Now we have to be a little bit careful. We've got internal organs there that we don't particularly want to roll. So coming onto your elbow here. Alright. The most important part of this one is that we're going to bring the knees up, and that will decrease the load. If we've got our knees down, there's more load going through that area. So knees are up, and we're going to lift our tail, and we're going to roll sort of from that last rib down to the top of the hip. So it's quite a small area here that we're rolling. If it's too much, what you could do is bring your roller to a wall and do this on the wall. Okay, so because for a lot of people, this is an extremely difficult roll. If you need to, perhaps take it a little bit more, weight in your arms so that you haven't got too much pressure going through there. Alright, so down, and don't go up too high. Alright, I'm slipping here. I'm going to try the other side. So onto the forearm or the elbow, knees are up, pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so adjust it, last rib or even lower, lift the tail, rolling down and up. Good. And again, adjust. This carpet on one is not the greatest. Remember, don't go up too high. You want to probably focus a little bit lower rather than higher here. Ooh, that feels tight. Alright, so we're steadily moving down the body. We're going to come down now onto the butt. Yep. Okay, so with this one, you will need to come over the roller like this. Probably a little bit more gracefully than that. Okay, lift up and bring your tail onto the roller. Now, everybody is going to feel this differently. You can just come roll like this, up and back. Alright, if that's enough for you, I probably wouldn't go any further than that. Alright, if you need a bit more, bring a bit more weight onto one butt cheek and roll from here. Okay? So you don't want to be passing over the lower vertebrae of the spine. We're just working into the meaty part of the butt. Okay, if you want more, cross, so the side that we're rolling, bring up that leg and cross it over and roll. And maybe even go side to side. So you just kind of got to play around with it and find a spot that is there for you. Okay, so advancing again, hand comes to the knee and you lift up a little bit more, but press. Actually, it's not, it's lifting in rather than pressing away. So bringing the knee in towards the chest. Alright, just stay a little bit longer here. I know, you get to the point where it's, oh, I've got to get off. Alright, so we're going to turn the other cheek, do the other side. So, bringing the weight onto the other butt cheek. And just starting with what feels right for you. You can go side to side. Or lift the leg, same side as the butt cheek that you're rolling, if that leg lifts, and roll from here. Okay, to increase that again, hand comes across, you pull that knee in towards you, and keep on rolling, rolling, rolling. Alright, so possibly you're getting a little bit warm now. I know I am. I'm going to strip off. Okay, so we're going to work down now into the quadriceps. Okay, so yes, it's probably going to hurt, so just deal with it. Okay, I'll go this way. So coming over the roller and then onto your forearms, and you're going to roll pretty much the whole meaty part of the thighs. So obviously you don't want to roll into the groin, so take it lower than the groin and roll to just above the knee. Okay, so depending on what kind of surface you're on, you might be thinking, oh yeah, this is really easy, or this is really excruciating. Okay, to adjust where you feel it, it's just a pointing of the toes. So you're taking the legs out wide, pointing the toes out. Really make sure that you brace through your tummy here, so that you're not sagging through your middle. Or you can turn your toes in. And again, that will change where you feel it. You can also bend your legs up, keep bracing to really expose that muscle a little bit more. Right, we're going to spend a little bit longer here because quadriceps is so overused in most people. So you can go back to whatever felt right for you. Where did you get the best feeling through this? Where do you feel that you need to work? Alright, so I'm going to come off that and we're going to do ITBs. So the band that runs along the side of the leg, which will hurt. Okay, so lots of options here. You come onto your elbow. We're going to take the roller. We might divide areas up on the side of the leg here. That's probably the better way to do it. So if you come onto your elbow, that bottom leg is straight, and then the other leg just sits on top like this. And we're going to start quite high, so sort of just below the hip, just really that top section. So maybe the top half, if not half. Just do what you can, quarter, third. Alright, and if you need to take a little bit less weight, you can come up here to decrease the intensity. You can also, as I mentioned before, use the wall here. Alright, to increase the intensity, both legs. Okay, so we're still working that top bit. Alright, bring one leg back if you're in double legs. We're now going to take it a bit lower. So I'm going to work sort of that bottom half. Alright, so this is probably going to be the bit that will hurt a lot more than the top half. Now we're not going over the knee here, that's important. Just working on the side of that leg. To decrease the intensity, take it, instead of coming forward like this, maybe open up a little bit. It will make it a little easier. Or obviously take it harder, coming further in, or going with the double leg roll. Yes, it's really hurting. Alright, I think that's enough for that side. Let's go to the other side. Starting up high. Well, a bit below the hip obviously, but top third perhaps. Just rolling up and down. Taking the weight in, taking more weight in your arms if you need to. Opening the chest to the ceiling will decrease the intensity. Just getting a feel to how this side feels compared to the other. Can you take it up a level? Do you feel like you want to cry? That's quite normal. Alright, we're not going to stay here too long. Alright, bring the leg back, take it further down. So that bottom half or 2/3. I have to do that. Sorry guys, I came off the carpet, my elbow was killing me. Alright, double legs if you want. Alright, that might do for those, I think. Ow. Okay. So I'm going to move into calves. Now, the only thing with rolling calves is you generally need a fair bit of upper body strength to be able to do it, okay? There are options though. Okay, so if you find it difficult to hold your body up, you could do it with one leg bent, okay? So you can either roll up and down like this, or you can go side to side. Now, we're really working into the belly of the muscle. So you don't want to come down near your Achilles or your ankle. You don't want to go under your knee. We're really working into that belly of the muscle, okay? So either here, up and down, or side to side, or if you want to, you can either do both at once, bringing your hips up and down, side to side, or if you're a sucker for punishment, you bring one leg over the other, lift up and roll. And just find that spot on your body or your calf that is really tight. Do you want to go side to side here? Or is that too nasty? Please, please listen to your body. Alright, we're going to move over to the other side. So if you're going with the one leg option, just move your roller. Okay, so you're either here, up and down, or side to side, double legs, or one on top of the other. Okay, so you lift up nice and tall. Make sure that your shoulders aren't sort of up near your ears. We want to lift up and really bracing the belly here. Just rolling up and down, finding that spot. You may need to sort of move back. Make sure you don't roll your Achilles, please. Side to side. Ow. Alright, and release. Okay, so we're moving along to the adductors, so these muscles on the inside of the thigh. Okay, you'll need to place your roller like that, and we're going to come over it. So you're going to come down onto your forearms and bring the leg over like this. Okay, so you're on your forearms. You've got the other leg down, so you're actually all the way down. And this leg that's over the roller, you've basically got your hip and your knee in line here. So your leg isn't all the way back like this, it's actually bent. Alright, this will hurt. So, but it'll feel wonderful. You guys are going to feel wonderful after you've done this. So, what you're doing is just, again, focusing on rolling the muscle. And we're not going anywhere near the groin. We're going towards it, obviously. And you're not going over your knee. Just rolling that inside of the thigh. Now, you will definitely find a spot or two. Once you've found that spot, okay, maybe try straightening your leg and rolling it. So really focusing on that spot. You might want to bend the leg and just kind of do up and down on that tight spot. Ooh. Try not to arch the back here, so keep bracing. If it gets too much, go back to either the straight leg or the bent leg version. So straight leg will be more intense, obviously, as you probably found out. Alright, so we're going to come up and just shift it over to the other side. Alright. So leg bent, hip and knee are in line, and you're working so above the knee, towards the groin, but not into the groin. Oh. I should have told you to put some music on. It might take your mind off the pain. I won't sing. That'll be just more painful. Alright, do you want to straighten and roll? And maybe try the bent leg option, just finding that spot though. So play around with it, find that tight little bit or bits, and just lifting up and down, up, down. If you've got more than one tight bit, share the love. Alright, that's probably enough for that one. So we're going to go back to our back. So we need to roll over the roller long ways, okay? So if you come on down here. Now, important that you have your head on the roller, okay? I don't want to see anybody that, has a sore neck because they've let their head dangle back. So I've got my butt right on the edge here. I'm going to roll down. My head is definitely on the roller. Okay. All we're going to do here is bring the hands to underneath the head and bring your elbows up towards the ceiling. Now you will need to take your feet quite wide here. We're going to shift the weight. So we're going to roll to one shoulder blade, come back to the center, and then roll to the other shoulder blade. Take your time. If you go too quick, you might fall off. So the reason we have the elbows pointing up towards the ceiling here is to expose that muscle under the shoulder blades and really get in. So if you find that you want to spend a bit more time on one side, do so. Oh, that feels so good. Come back to the center and just let your arms come to the side here. So imagine kind of rolling the shoulders open, almost like you're hugging the roller with the back of your shoulders. Really opening up here and just relax tummy muscles in so you're not arching through your lower back. If you want to, you can just bring a little bit of movement into the arms. So you start down near the hips and then up. When you bring the arms up behind you, please try not to arch your back. You might just want to go halfway if that feels good. So you could stay here longer if you wanted to. This is a wonderful one to finish in, but I really wanted to get a neck stretch in, or a neck roll, before we finish. So come off carefully. Bring the roller underneath your head. So what we want to do is we want to focus on bringing the roller underneath the neck, but just running just along the hairline here. here. So you've got to be very careful where you have this roller placed. And when I do this, I like to actually hold on to the ends of the roller. So bend your legs, don't have your legs out straight, and adjust. So make sure the roller is sort of situated right at the base of the hairline. That's where the muscles that we want to target here. So you don't take it too low, basically. So all you do is turn your head one way, come back to the center, and turn it the other way. And it's just sort of a little bit of a massage here through the back of the neck. If it doesn't feel right for you, best not to do it, okay? Because if you don't get it right, in the right spot, we don't want to cause any harm to the neck. It's way too important. Just close your eyes, side to side. Alright, we'll do 3 more on each side. That's 1. 2. And 3. Alright. Well done, everybody. Okay, I hope that helped with your foam rolling technique. Yeah, please take it nice and easy and just do what you can. You may now, because it was quite a quick class, you may now want to replay that and then go over it again, okay? I hope your body's feeling much better now than it was before.